So, have you heard of Neom?
I actually haven't. I have no idea
Haven't?
what this
I'm
is.
actually surprised you haven't. I've been getting so many adverts, just like pop-up ads
I just
for
Adblock.
Neom. Basically, it's this like it's a project, okay,
Yeah.
by the like king or prince of Saudi Arabia, the dictator of Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
and he wants to make these four smart cities
Okay.
in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Uh, no, three smart cities. My bad. So one of them is, and this entire project is called Neom, Neom.
Okay.
It's meant to be like super high tech, super futuristic, super advanced. The concept art looks very cool. As soon as you think about it, it breaks down. But like looking at it, it looks very cool.
Let's see.
So
Oh,
it's got, it's got.
these are literally the meme of society if blank.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
their concept art.
yeah. Okay, so the first one is called Trojana or Trohena. I don't know.
Okay.
It's in the mountains. It's a like a mountain sanctuary essentially. It's
What
very
exactly does that mean?
so it's this resort. I think this is the resort one because there's an actual city. But yeah, this is the resort, and it's meant for like tourism. It's got loads of different activities, as you can see. It's got
Yeah.
the like a wellness
Yeah, it's got the
summit.
skiing here,
It's
right?
got alternative. Allegedly, it's when this doesn't happen ever because it's bullshit. Um, it's meant to have like state of the art medicine
Okay.
and like alternative medical
Wait,
treatments, which is a
but oh,
cool concept.
okay. Now my question here is: it says alternative medicine. Now the alternative medicine I know is not exactly state of the art.
So it
Okay.
has winter season, and in winter season there's winter sports. There's snow here, uh,
Hmm.
in Saudi Arabia, in the middle of the desert.
I mean, it's up the mountains, right?
Yeah, but also it's Saudi Arabia. It
I'm going
doesn't.
to actually check this.
I'm pretty sure it never snows there. While you're searching that up, in adventure season, which is March to May, they've got mountain biking, paragliding, climbing, an adventure triathlon, and high altitude training. That's interesting. And then lake season is basically just summer. It's got a music festival, food festival, light show, cultural week, all that
It does
jazz.
snow in Saudi Arabia.
Does it really?
Yeah. Not everywhere, obviously, but it does snow there.
That's crazy. Yeah, and okay, I'm gonna describe this image that is on the website.
Okay. Oh,
Essentially,
that.
just imagine the mountains, just like rocky mountains, and then there's a like geometric dam holding back like an artificial lake, except it's
Hmm.
not really a dam because there's no place for the water to flow through. So it's holding back this huge lake, and on one of the mountains there's what looks like hotels or something, like sort of hermit style holes. No, not hermit, hobbit style holes. And it all
Yeah.
looks very cool and very fancy. That's the
Yeah.
best.
Like,
Yeah, that's the best I can do
no.
describing it.
Yeah, it's a good description. Okay, so the thing with this, right? If they managed to make it half as nice as them, just make it look, it would be so nice. But they're not.
Okay, so to move on to the next region, there's the next one is called the Oxagon, and it's meant to be the port city. So what they've done is instead of building the port across the land, like every other city does, they have
Yes.
built half of their city,
Oh,
more than half
I've
of the
seen this one.
city, yeah, on the water. Now, it looks super cool. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
literally their port. It's gonna be 100% clean energy. It's gonna be a floating structure.
Yeah.
Now,
And it sounds sick.
it sounds sick.
If they succeed.
Uh, also, until you oh, hang on. Before I continue that, the population by 2030, the 2030 is 8 years away at the time of filming. It's going
Yes.
to have a population of 90,000 people.
Okay.
So they expect to have this built by 2030.
Yeah.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Also, oceans, they're kind of rising, and building a city that's floating.
It'll.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean, it'll
kind of
float higher,
see
I guess.
it would float higher, but then the other half of the city, which is on the ground.
Oh, yeah, I see the issue.
Also, I'm pretty sure I see a bridge connecting the two halves.
Mm.
That bridge will snap. It'll just break.
I agree it doesn't seem feasible.
I-
The art's really
yes.
nice, though.
The art is it's very cool concept art.
Yeah. It's like the good parts of Cyberpunk. Like, you know, the part where it looks sick and not the part where it's like dystopian hellhole. Now, I'm sure it
Yes.
will be a dystopian hellhole as well, but that's unrelated.
So yeah, to describe this, it's just an octagon, with a like river flowing through the middle, and you've got half a city. This is quite a small city because 90,000 people, not huge. You've got half the octagon floating on the ocean, on the Suez Canal,
Yeah.
or near the Suez Canal.
40 kilometers squared isn't that much.
It's not. And then the other half is just on ground. It's meant to be the port, but of this entire project. Right. Now for the kicker. Okay.
Yeah.
Region 3 is called The Line. And it's a 170 kilometer long city. It's 500 meters tall, and I think I can't remember how wide it is. I think it's 100 meters wide.
That simultaneously sounds insanely cool and also like the shittiest place to live on Earth.
Yes. So, it looks incredibly cool. This place, it looks
the
dystopian as
photo.
all hell. And
Dude, say what you still well about the cyberpunk future, but at least dystopians have vibes.
yes. So
What?
it's by
It
the
looks
sea.
like a fucking mirror.
Yeah. Those are all solar panels, I believe. So it's a huge. It's just what we see is a tall structure which is incredibly reflective, with
Yes, it's just reflecting the exact. Like, I straight up didn't see it at first because it looks just like.
yeah, there's plants on the top, and you don't actually see inside. You see the surroundings, which is just the Saudi desert.
Mm.
Now, why is this a bad idea? Well, you will have to drag out 170 kilometers worth of cabling and plumbing and all that stuff. Now, let's just say, oh, this is a much better picture actually. Let's just say that at any point through the 170 kilometers, there's a break in the wiring.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of the city is not going to have power. They aren't.
Yes. Also, can I just bring up something?
Yeah.
Is there a single reason to make it a line instead of a square? Like, I get it looked cool, but why make it a line?
Well, it says the revolutionary urbanism. It's comprised of a series of interconnected modules, and they are made to maximize compatibility and drive down construction costs. That's not exactly true. 500 meters, for some perspective, is close to the height of the Empire State Building. Now,
Damn.
if you just search up how much the Empire State Building cost to construct, $500 million in today's money to
Jesus.
construct.
Okay.
And it is close to the same height as this, except, it's
Yeah.
not 170 kilometers long. So I'm pretty. The budget of this entire project, all three of these cities, is um not. It's. I'm pretty sure it's still in the billions.
Yeah. I have to say, I think the line is the weirdest one I've seen of them. Because, like, the other two, I get the idea, right? But the line seems to be built, like... It seems to be, like, built, like, inefficiently on purpose.
Also, it's been designed to go through a mountain range. So
It's kind of just there.
they're going to have to level mountains.
I would hope they tunnel through.
No, they're planning to level them.
Well, that's just dumb, huh?
Yeah.
Can I just bring up something about the Octagon again?
Yeah.
Its core developmental area is 84 kilometers squared, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you know how many kilometers squared London is?
I
Obviously,
have
it's
no
a pretty
idea.
big city.
Yeah.
1572. Because you need to keep in mind,
Kilometers
this
squared.
is this is
Oh my god.
square kilometers, right? Not like 1 square kilometer is a 1,000 by 1,000 meter area, right?
Yeah.
It is not which is a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer area. But 2 square kilometers is not a 2,000 by 2,000 meter area. It is two 1,000 by 1,000 meter areas. So 84 square kilometers is not much.
I mean
Unless they meant
why
it
the
that way.
population isn't that big, to be honest.
Yeah. Unless they meant it the other way, in which case it's just really weird that they did it like that, honestly.
Yeah. Back to the line though, because I have so many problems with this.
Oh, yeah.
The transportation is going to be an underground, right?
Okay.
Just like a standard metro service, and this thing's going to stretch the entire length, the entire 170 kilometers of the line.
Okay, now can I just bring up? I thought, perhaps like the thought crossed my mind, oh, the line will be a good transport thing, because it's like you can live in it, but you can also move up and down between places. But like, what the fuck is there? Look at the thing. Look at the scenery. You're literally like there's nothing nearby to make it a good transport mechanism. Maybe it'd be interesting as like if it passed by like places people actually need to go, so it's like you build your transport infrastructure and you have like housing and structure and stuff above it, right?
Well, I mean, the line it's a city. It's got the housing
Yeah.
inside and the shops inside.
Yeah. So
the
there's not even that side to it.
the plan is that there will be an amenity within 5 minutes of your house anywhere you are.
What does it mean by an amenity?
That, like a gym or a shop. But now imagine that your amenity that you want is halfway down the line. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to get on the metro, and you're gonna have to travel halfway down the line
Yeah.
to get to your amenity. This is bad, obviously, because
Yeah.
it's 170 kilometers long.
Dude, imagine your amenity's a gym and you can't buy your groceries without traveling.
Yes.
I mean, I know that's reality for a lot of people, but like, it doesn't seem like this helps it.
Obviously, more required amenities will be closer, and there will be more of them.
Yeah.
That I just want you to picture that there's going to be a 2-directional rail underneath, and one of these trains breaks down.
Okay.
What happens then?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have got.
Are they seriously only putting 2 trains in it?
No, obviously.
Wait, no, they have to. They have to.
No, they can have more trains.
Yeah, but they can only have 2 lines, right?
Yeah. They can have more. Yeah, they can only have 2 lines. One of these lines, there's a broken down train, so one of these lines can't function. And for a city that's meant to house a huge amount of people, millions of people, what's gonna happen if you just suddenly can't transport them because of a broken down train halfway down the line?
It's also just kind of a hellish concept, the idea of like you're keeping all these people like sealed away in this like box with with just more buildings above them, more buildings below them, more buildings to either side, and And they're just never going to get outside unless they go walk into the desert.
I mean, there's a photo here, and it has obviously the entirety of the top has plants on it.
Oh
So it's
yeah,
gonna be
I
like
forgot
a
roof.
garden.
Yeah,
And there's parks like at intervals, which is fine.
yeah,
It's
it just
cool.
seems very
I
claustrophobic.
just it does seem very claustrophobic. Also, another transport method that I forgot to mention is they plan to have like flying or hovering cars.
Okay, what? And people have been
So,
You know, we
okay,
actually
let's
already
just
have those.
yes,
Have,
but
have,
let's just imagine for a second
yes.
that they do get hovering cars that can fit inside there. One
I
of
don't
those
think it's helicopter.
malfunctions, right? It's flying above people, above
Oh,
an
it just
entire city,
drops.
and it just
Yeah.
drops out of
Yeah, falls in a
the
family of
sky,
4.
and it explodes. Okay,
It hits 3 other families of 4.
this city is 200 meters wide. It's going to cause
Oh,
substantial damage that impacts
oh, you're right.
so many houses, so many
Yeah,
people.
imagine it goes through the floor and like now you've got 2 layers that are damaged.
Exactly.
Oh, I have a even worse possibility. So let's say, right? I don't know, there's some fault on the lower levels, right? Don't know what it is, gas leak or something. Pipe bursts, the pipe's leaky, you know, and it explodes, right?
Uh huh.
So the foundation of the building is damaged. Like, it's not that part that is in danger. Like, the entire thing will be like structurally damaged.
Yes.
And what do you do with that? Because like there's it. The line's not a good idea.
No, it's a terrible idea, and
Have you ever heard?
it
Yeah, go.
looks cool. I see the appeal, but also they totally didn't think this was just something that was designed like from a whim.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
Someone
hang
went
on.
cool.
Sorry. Here's the this is a sort of an exclusive for the video viewers, because it shows how it's going to be composed.
Yeah,
It says there's going to be a 2-minute uninterrupted access to nature from anywhere. A 5-minute walk. Oh, okay. 5-minute walk to all amenities. That's my bad.
oh
That's my bad.
that would be nice actually,
Yes.
but like, I have questions on the
And
plausibility.
this thing is going to be stacked on top of each other, so that
Mm.
you've got retail, offices, health, leisure, residential blocks, let's call them, all sort of
Yeah,
stacked near and in between each other.
yeah.
You can see this diagram here, and it looks cramped. It looks cramped.
I okay. So here's the thing that I don't mind it in theory. I guess I do mind it being in a line because it's like there's no practical reason they're making it in a straight line instead of like not because like if you take like even if you made it 400 meters, right, you could half the length have the same like sort of thing there.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I guess the idea is that they only need the trains as transport.
Yes. So the whole thing is that sprawling is a huge problem in Saudi Arabia,
Ah,
and they want to stop sprawling cities. But sprawling really only happens because of cars.
yeah,
So you just make walkable cities. You can fit a lot more
yeah.
things everywhere.
Um,
And
now the
it's
thing that
not
like
really a problem.
the thing this really reminds me of though is a thing called Kowloon Wall City. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Have you heard of that one?
I have not heard of that.
Okay, so the simple version is it's like it was a place in China, right? It was a military fort. And there's a bunch of stuff with it. But basically a bunch of people started living in this former military fort. It was all like indoors. It was like the legality of it was really questionable. It was kind of controlled by the triads. And like let's see this. Yeah. Basically it just kept building up. They didn't have adequate safety or anything there. In January 1950, a fire broke up that destroyed over 2,500 huts, home to nearly 3,500 families and 17,000 total people. I don't know if that was the actual thing, but well, it was fully there. But the point is, it was like yeah, that was actually. Basically, it was this massive walled-in city that had basically no government information. There was something with the Chinese and British governments there, it became insanely like packed full of. It was basically a den for crime, and also it was controlled by the trade. It was eventually destroyed, but it was like there was no safety requirements. There was nothing there. It had no policing or anything. It was just basically this entirely like separate area,
Yeah.
and that's not purely because of how it was walled in, right?
Uh-huh.
But it is harder to properly like police building a structure like that
Yes.
because it's harder to actually travel it.
I imagine it would be very easy to hide from, the government and from the police in this
Yeah,
kind of separated. You can see the diagram here. There's so many different like blocks.
yeah,
It's very easy, and
and also,
everyone has to follow. Like they can only run after you because this is a zero
yeah,
car area. Another thing that I've just thought of is, imagine a fire breaks out in one of these places.
mm.
It's not a
Oh yeah,
separate building like everywhere else. You've a fire breaks down or goes up in one home, and it's fine because it's detached from the rest of the city, or it is detached enough that no other houses catch fire. This
yeah,
is not the case in the line because it's all connected completely.
yes. Like, a fire starts, everyone dies.
Yes.
I know, like, I see the intent behind all of these, right? I think they all look really cool if they work effectively. I think the flaws are very obvious, and I also look at the advertising and I'm like, this is the exact sort of advertising that plays on like people's excitement for the future to get them to be hyped and pay money for something that they cannot build.
Yeah. It's it's futuristic, but
Yeah,
it's futuristic on a design level.
yeah,
That's not the future that we're likely going to head towards on
yeah,
from an efficiency standpoint or sustainability standpoint.
yeah. Also, can I just add, as with everything we have that suggests flying cars, we already have flying cars. They're called helicopters, and they are not a sustainable or efficient method of transport.
That's true. We also have regular flying cars, and they require to go just as fast or if close to a small plane to be able to
Yeah,
fly. So, not great. Um,
yeah.
we should probably move on from this.
Oh yeah,
We've discussed
yeah,
all the
probably.
flaws, or well, not all of the flaws. There's too many to discuss. We've discussed a lot of the flaws with this. So,
Okay. Well, next up is Jamie's fun fact, which I think I'll give for today. Um, always request a lawyer before speaking to the police. I think that one's especially relevant to him right now.
if you can only find one lawyer, that go for one lawyer. It depends how bad your situation is. Ideally,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yeah.
get as many lawyers as you can. You're gonna need them, and
Yeah.
even that might not help. Keep squawking crows, keep flapping, keep, laying those eggs, and don't forget to subscribe to Amazon Prime. See ya.